Salut tout le monde. Have you ever learned that French negatives are easy because you just put ne before the verb and pas after it? And then, you watch an actual French person speak and thought, wait a moment, where did the ne go? Well, if that's happened to you, don't worry, you're not missing something, you're actually just hearing real French. In this video, I'm going to teach you French negation from beginner all the way to naturally everyday speech. So by the end of this lesson, you'll know how to say not, never, nothing, nobody, no more, and only. Only, what the fuck? This is a bit random, I know, but you will understand later. In addition, you will also learn why native speakers often ignore half the rules your textbook taught you and the most common mistakes that almost every French learner makes. And don't worry, we're keeping this practical. No complicated grammar terminology unless it's actually useful. So let's get started. What is negation? Yeah, I know, stupid question, but let's break it down. Negation simply means making a sentence negative. So instead of saying I eat, you say I don't eat. Or she's coming, she isn't coming. French works the same way, but instead of usually using one word like not, French traditionally uses two parts that surround the verb. Think of it like making a sandwich, and because you learn French, picture a very delicious baguette. One piece of the baguette goes before the verb, the other piece goes after it. In the praxis, it means je mange, I eat, becomes je ne mange pas, I don't eat. Yeah, that's the basic pattern you'll see over and over again. Subject plus ne plus a verb plus negative word. That's it. Once you understand that pattern, almost every French negative sentence becomes much, much easier.
Ne, pas, not.
That one is the most common negative of all. Ne, pas. This simply means not. Like, je ne travaille pas. I don't work. Please keep in mind, if the verb starts with a vowel or a silent H, ne becomes an apostrophe. For example, je n'aime pas le café. I don't like coffee. And elle n'habite pas ici. She doesn't live here.
Avaler le ne. Swallow the ne.
Now, here's where things get interesting. If you learn French in school, you've probably been told that every negative sentence needs both ne and pas. Technically, that's true, but if you visit France, especially Paris, you quickly notice something very odd. People constantly drop ne. Instead of saying je ne sais pas, they'll often say je sais pas. Or instead of je ne comprends pas, they'll just say je comprends pas. So just don't be confused, this is extremely common in everyday spoken French. Now, should you do it? Well, here's my advice. If you're writing, keep the ne, and also if you're speaking formally. But when you're listening to movies, TV shows, podcasts, YouTube videos, or conversations between friends, expect to hear the ne disappear all the time. So you should do it as well in a casual environment if you want to sound more like native.
Où place ton pas? Where does pas go?
Where does pas go? The word pas almost always comes after the conjugated verb. Let's take a look. Je ne mange pas. The conjugated verb is mange from manger, to eat. Il ne veut pas venir. The conjugated verb is veut from vouloir, to want or to wish. Notice that venir stays after pas. This is very important because many beginners accidentally say il ne veut venir pas. Yeah, that's incorrect. The negative surrounds the verb, not the object.
Temps composé. Compound tenses.
What happens with the passé composé? Easy. The negative just surrounds the auxiliary verb. For example, if you want to say I ate, it's j'ai mangé. And the negative form, je n'ai pas mangé. It's not je ne mange pas. That's just wrong. So please don't do it. And another example would be elle est partie, she left, and the negative one is elle n'est pas partie. Easy, right? So just remember, the auxiliary verb gets surrounded.
Le plus courant. The most common.
Now let's expand beyond pas, because French has several negative words you'll hear every day. So let's go through them one by one. Ne plus is the first one. This means no longer or not anymore. For example, je ne travaille plus. I don't work anymore. Elle ne vit plus à Paris. She doesn't live in Paris anymore. Then we have ne jamais. This means never. Je ne fume jamais. I never smoke. Elle n'oublie jamais son téléphone. She never forgets her phone. Next one is ne rien. This means nothing. Literally. So as it is in every language, don't translate word for word. Instead of saying I don't see anything, French people say je ne vois rien. I see nothing. Or il ne mange rien. He isn't eating anything. Another negation option is ne personne. This means nobody. Je ne connais personne ici. I don't know anyone here. Or elle ne voit personne. She doesn't see anyone. Again, don't translate literally.
Ne, que, only.
This one tricks everybody because it's actually not a real negative. It looks like one, but it means only. Okay, what the fuck? For example, je n'ai que 10 euros. It doesn't mean I don't have 10 euros. It says I only have 10 euros. Another example, elle ne mange que des légumes. She only eats vegetables. Actually, the French word for only is seulement. So you can say nous avons seulement une heure, or you can say nous n'avons qu'une heure. Both mean we only have 1 hour.
Erreur courante. Common mistakes.
Let's fix the mistakes learners make all the time. Mistake number 1. Forgetting de. For example, the negative form of j'ai un chien is je n'ai pas de chien and not je n'ai pas un chien. Keep in mind, after most negatives, un, une and des become de. For example, nous avons des amis becomes nous avons pas d'amis. Another common mistake is using pas together with another negative. Like je ne mange pas jamais. That's just wrong. Instead, it is je ne mange jamais. So always remember, each negative replaces pas.
Récapitulatif final. Final recap.
Let's review everything we've learned. French negatives usually have 2 parts. Ne goes before the verb. The second negative word comes after the conjugated verb. The basic negative is ne, verb pas. For no longer, use ne plus. For never, use ne jamais. For nothing, use ne rien. For nobody, use ne personne. And remember that ne que doesn't mean not at all. It means only. Finally, don't be surprised when native speakers drop the ne in casual conversations. That's completely normal in spoken French, but you should still learn the full form first because it's the foundation of the language. Once you master these patterns, you'll be able to understand and create thousands of French sentences with fucking confidence. So please check out my handout I created just for you. The link is in the description. And yeah, until then, keep practicing, keep listening to real French. And remember, every sentence you understand today makes tomorrow's conversation just a little bit easier. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next lesson. Merci d'avoir regardé et je vous retrouve dans la prochaine leçon.